Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about a subject that has just really got me down in the dumps, and I feel angry, I feel sad. I know I promised you guys I wasn't gonna do a whole lot more sit down videos, but unfortunately, as some of you guys know, I was in a bad accident and I can't really walk around, so recording and trying to be on that little scooter thing is very hard. And this is something that happened to me yesterday, so I'm just gonna do a little story time video. I'm not putting this video out there to hurt anybody or anything like that. But I'm very angry, I'm very sad, I'm very hurt that this happened to me. So this happened yesterday, and the events are formed around a family member and her boyfriend. And the reason I want to talk about this is because I'm hoping that by putting my story out there, that maybe I can help another family. Because at the end of the day, family should be there for family. I understand there's situations where families don't like significant others or something like that, and I completely understand that. But when somebody does something completely awful to your family, you should stick up for your family. You should be there for your family. At the end of the day, who in this world do you have other than your family? Honestly. And there are things that has happened throughout my 36 years of life with family that, I wish never happened. I wish there were times that my family and I never argued. I wish I could take back all of those things. But you know what? They happened, and I've really, especially since my accident, I have really tried to put myself out there and apologize for the things that has happened with the family and stuff like that. I've never heard of anybody doing something completely grimy to my to each other in our family. And the stuff that happened to me yesterday was really grimy. And I'm very upset and very hurt. So I just wanted to share my story. Someone in my family, very close to me, has a boyfriend who did some stuff to me yesterday. And so I just want to explain what happened. So yesterday morning I woke up at around 7 o'clock, and I have a debit card, and I wanted to order some stuff for the kids offline, and so I called to check the balance on the debit card, and I had noticed that there was $110 roughly around $110 missing off my debit card. And I had been all day trying to get a hold of the card, the customer service for the card, to dispute these transactions. There was a transaction made for $19. There was another transaction made for $19. There was a transaction made for $28, and then one made for $9.99. And so my family member came to my house yesterday about 4:30 in the about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd been dealing with this all day, trying to dispute these charges. I kept getting disconnected. I was getting frustrated. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to go clean Ethan's room. I'm going to take a break from it, and then I'll come back to it. And that's what I did. So I was cleaning Ethan's room. My family member showed up to my house, and she was like, what's going on? And I was like, I'm just having a really awful day. And she was like, what's up? And I'm like, well, I said there was some weird purchases made off my debit card. I'm trying to dispute them, but I'm getting disconnected. I'm like, I am not in a situation right now where I can afford to be losing any money because, I'm not working. I do have income coming in, but I'm not working. So my income is nothing really. And, I wanted to order this stuff for my kids, and, the money wasn't there. And she was like, well, so she was like, well, what does your credit card number, what does it end in? And so I told her, and her boyfriend, who has actually done crazy things like this in the past, she's like, so I think he used your credit card to order these purchases. And I was like, okay. So she went to her car and she got 2 packages out of her car. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to call the card. I'm going to find out where these, this money actually went. I don't care how long I have to sit on the dang phone for. So I ended up spending like 20 minutes waiting to talk to a customer service lady to dispute these transactions. And so two of the packages, she had 2 packages, and 2 packages are still waiting to be delivered. I'm actually hoping that they can cancel those. I'm not sure how it's going to work. But anyway, so the place was called Cheaper Cycle, the company that these motorcycle parts had came from. So I was on the phone with the lady, and she started to tell me like what these transactions were, and they ended up coming out to $80. So, but she was like, so there was a purchase made for $9.99 from a Cheaper Cycle, and there was a purchase made for $19.99 from a Cheaper Cycle, and I'm like, no way, like, how can this be? The package that my family member had it came from Cheaper Cycle. So then I knew who had actually used my debit card. It wasn't me. I did not give anybody permission to use it. It was her boyfriend. And so there was 2 things from this Cheaper Cycle. There was another one from this Bling Bartel and another one from Norway. This place called Norway. What the lady also informed me was that she could see that this was all set up from a PayPal account, and everything had been bought off eBay, and the PayPal account was linked to this guy, which is my family member's boyfriend. So now I had all the proof that I needed, so obviously I called the cops. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I called the cops, and they came out, and, well, there was, like, a huge mess, because even though, like, I'm from one county, and my card wasn't actually stolen, it was just the numbers. So I live in one county. Where we think the purchases were made is a different county, and then they were shipped to my family member's house, which is in another county. So there's 3 counties, so they weren't really sure which police department needed to take care of this situation. But my county came out and took care of it. They were here till 1 o'clock in the morning, getting statements and all this good stuff. My family member didn't want to make a statement. She had actually been trying to talk me into not pressing charges because her boyfriend had called in the mix of all this and was like, I didn't know I used her credit card. I thought I was using my Walmart card. I'm sorry. I will give her the money right now. Tell her that she shouldn't have me arrested. And my family member was like, so $80 is what we could prove what had actually been spent. And, she was like, I feel bad or whatever, but do you really think he should go to jail for $80? And I'm like, yes, girl, I do think he should go to jail for $80. Like, this isn't the first time he has stole. He's done some pretty grimy stuff to not only her, but to my whole family. Like, I'm not even going to go in there. Like, I'm not going to put someone's business all out there. But, he's done a lot of grimy stuff. And so, yes, I did want to press charges. So when the cop came, they took my statement. My family member wouldn't give the statement. So she ended up leaving. The cop was here. And my family member did come back later on. At that point, the cop did not want a statement from her because originally she said the reason that she knew that it was after I had said that the money had been taken off my card. She knew that he had used my card because she was at his house, and she asked him what he was doing, and he said that he was just ordering some stuff, and that the stuff would be that for her to expect some packages to her house. And she had asked him whose card he used, and he said he didn't know, that it could be hers or her family's. And he listed names, so I'm not going to go there because that would give away who the family member is. So, anyway, so I was very torn on what to do, because the cop had also told me that because the packages were actually sent to my family member's house, and you know, she was in possession of it, and that we think that the device that the purchases were made from was a cell phone, and that's actually in her name. So she can technically get in trouble for this too. And because she wasn't willing to write a statement, it made her look a little suspicious. And obviously, I'm not going to have my family member arrested. I don't believe at all that she was involved in it. You know, if she would not have told me or asked me my credit card information or told me about the packaging if she had anything to do with it. She's not that type of person. She's the type to help people out, not take from them. You know what I'm saying? Especially in my condition. But what I'm upset about is, you know, I know that she loves this guy. Well, she thinks that she loves this guy. I think it's more that because they have really bad problems. I don't think it's really act of love. I think that it's more like, I don't really want to be with you, but I don't want anybody else to be with you type of situation. I don't know. She has a hard time letting go. That's not my issue, okay? The fact is he did stuff to her family, and now she's making excuses for him. She doesn't want me to press charges, and she wants me to just allow him to pay me this money back, and she thinks that he can just write a statement stating he'll never use my card again, or I will have him arrested, that it's all going to go away. And I don't want to do that. Like, I want charges pressed against him. I think that he needs to realize what he did. He stole from me. He stole from my children, you know. And being that she's my family, she should be backing me up. She shouldn't be worried about if her boyfriend might spend overnight in jail, you know. And if you know somebody is stealing from your family, why would you even want to be with that person? Like, why? And he's trying to say he didn't know that, you know, the card was mine, that it was his Walmart card. Well, how did you get my credit card information to even have in your system? And any purchases that I've ever made, now this might not be true for everything, but I know, like, any purchases that I've ever made, I've never ordered off eBay, so I don't know. But you have to put the name that's on the credit card, and you have to put the zip code and address that's linked to that credit card. So he had to punch that in. He knew he was using my credit card. It's just, you know, even the cop was like, you know, he's clear. Finally, the guy did admit to the cop that, yes, he did make these purchases. There was 4 of them. He said how much or whatever. And because, you know, the cop was basically saying that, you know, my family member was going to go down with him because the stuff was actually shipped to her home. So I'm torn on what to do. It's still up in the air. Right now, the report is in. Charges will be being pressed. I think it's hard because it's like, do I press charges and possibly have my family member get in trouble for this too? Or what should I do? But, I mean, the fact that my family member went and hung out with this guy all day today was enough to confirm that she didn't give a crap how I felt. She didn't care that money was stolen from me. She was only thinking about herself, her selfishness. Like, oh God, if he goes to jail, am I going to be able to have, you know, say in what he does, or be able to see him, this and that. You know, there was no, oh God, you know, let's do the right thing by Jamie. It was, let me just do the right thing by my boyfriend. And that really hurts me. hurts me really bad, because not that my significant other would ever dream of doing anything like that, but if my significant other ever did something like that to my family, I would not be with that person. Who does that? I mean, nobody does that. Yes, I know it was $80. $80 is easily to be replaced or whatever, but it's not about the money. It's about the principle. And the fact that he's done other things like this isn't the first time he's actually stole from my children. And you know, and here was the thing. Like, I was very nice to this guy. Like, I allowed him to stay in my home when he had no other place to stay. I took him on my family vacation with us and everything. Like, I've done all kinds of acts of kindness for this guy, and this is how I'm getting paid back for it. And the situation is that, you know, my own family is not sticking up for me. That, you know, yeah, I know she feels bad, and I know she's trying to do the right thing and whatever, but her not making a statement against him was basically telling me that she chose him over her family. And the fact that, you know, she got right up this morning and her kids went to school and she went right to hang out with him, supposedly to talk to him and try to get the money from him or whatever. And that was the other thing that I thought it was funny, is he's sitting here trying to tell me that he's going to pay me the money if I just don't press charges. He didn't even have the money. He didn't even have it. Like, okay. Like, obviously you don't have the money, because if you had the money, you wouldn't be stealing from innocent people's credit cards, you know. And so I don't like to come out here and talk bad about other people, but this guy is very grimy. And, you know, I feel that he needs to have something done to him. And, you know, if he has to spend time in jail, then that's the thing. And he does have a criminal background for something he did when he was a teenager or whatever. So he's not really supposed to have any contact with police or whatever, but... And so that's why they're like, oh, don't have him arrested because he'll go away for a long time. We should have thought about that before punching in my credit card. That's how I feel about that situation. And then, so just when I think maybe I won't press charges because I don't want my family member to get in trouble for this, I find out that because my card is it's from child support, like, so my ex-husband pays the money and then it comes to me on this card. It's basically a government card, and so the cops can continue to press charges without me even being like, okay, let's do this. They can do it on their own. So, because now it's like, basically even though it's the card's issued in my name or whatever, he basically stole from the kids' dad, you know, it came from his paycheck. So I don't even know what's gonna happen, but like I said, I just wanted to put my story out there on what happened yesterday, because I want people to know that they don't have to tolerate this. Family shouldn't do this to family. At the end of the day, my family members should have been there for me, whether it ruined her relationship or not. And the fact that, you know, she called me and was like, oh, well, you know, he doesn't want to be with me now, and she was upset about that. She was more upset about that than upset that he stole money from me. That hurt me. Don't tolerate that. Don't tolerate people walking all over you, taking stuff from you. It's not fair. And, you know, just because it's your family, you know, obviously, in my situation, my family didn't, she didn't care. She did not care how this impacted my life. And that's sad. And so, yeah, I just wanted to share my story and to get people, you know, that if you really think you're doing the right thing, even if it means getting a family member in trouble, you know, do what you gotta do. Stand up for yourself, you know. So, yeah, but I'm done, like, jabbering. I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me. But, so, yeah, if you like this video, give it a like, sub. Hopefully you guys subscribe to the channel, and I will talk to you guys all for my next video. Bye, guys.